Hi, I'm Paul Pringle. I'm the Managing Director of Solarglide Limited, and welcome to our product deep dive for our Dimout privacy blinds for ships. Now, a Dimout blind is classed as a privacy blind, and its main purpose is to give a little bit of privacy, but also to allow some light into the room. So it's a type of product that you would find in public areas on board a ship. On a commercial ship, you would find it potentially in the crew quarters and that sort of area, or potentially in some of the sleeping quarters. But on a cruise liner or a ferry, you would find it in the public spaces such as restaurants, bars. That type of place would be the best place for this product, because the last thing you want is to have blinds that block out all the light, especially when you've got hundreds of passengers on board. So this product is excellent in terms of providing shade and cutting out a lot of the glare. You would not find this product on the bridge of a ship. It does not comply because of the material used. So anything aft of the bridge is where you would find this product. Now, this type of blind is completely different to a blind that you would have in your home or even in an office space. It's very robust, and that's because particularly on passenger ships, you have new passengers coming on and off the vessel all the time. So you need a blind that's going to stand the test of time, and one that you've got to assume that isn't potentially going to be looked after by those on board. I'm not saying everybody, some people will treat it very well, but there are some passengers that may mishandle it or not quite understand how to use it. So we have, on this particular one, and this is just one mechanism that we offer, we have what we call side channels down the side. And the side channels allow for blocking out even more light, but they also keep the blind in place. So as you can see here, there's a center pull handle, and the center pull handle basically allows you to move it up and down the window like so. The good thing about this system is that you can stop it at any point on the window. So if somebody had this particular blind in their cabin and they didn't want to have the blind all the way down, they can have it halfway, or they can have it slightly up, or they can have it fully up if it's a day whereby it's raining outside or it's very cloudy. So it's a great product. As you can see, we have a brush pile along the bottom. The brush pile just blocks out any light when it's completely in the closed position. We also have brush piles inside of the side channels which block out light as well. This one doesn't have it, but you can actually put a brush pile along the top of the cassette as well to block out further light. We also offer it with cable guides. We offer it with a Sidewinder, which is a chain that you would find on a standard domestic blind. The fabric is very robust as well. It's made of a polyester material, which means that if you was to spill something on it or mark it in any way, it wipes off in general. So it lasts for a very long time. It comes in a multitude of colors. We've got two ranges that we have for this product. A fabric range called Roll and another fabric range called Carnival. Both are very robust woven materials, and they come in a multitude of colors. The Roll range, which is this particular fabric here, comes in several neutral colors, whereas the Carnival range offers a lot more variety for color. So if the cabins, for instance, were a blue or a green or a particular color, we can color match that with the blinds as well. But generally, most clients go for neutral colors, be it a cream, be it a brown or a bronze color, which looks really nice as a backdrop for the rest of the design on board. But again, we supply this to commercial ships, military ships, cruisers and cruise liners and ferries. So it's a great product, but it can be adapted and be powder coated. There's so many things we can do with this product to make it unique. The majority of the blinds that we supply currently are manual blinds that are operated by hand. However, that's starting to change as technology starts to advance, and as a company, we're starting to change more into motorized blind solutions, which is great because it means that the blinds can be moved up and down very quickly. It means that nobody's actually touching the blinds, so they're going to last for a lot longer. But there are lots of options. So on the manual side, we've got a non-cassette version, so it's just very similar to this, but the fabric is exposed at the top. We've got the cassetted version, which you see here. We do motorized, and we also do solar powered as well. So which has a battery inside of the cassette and charges itself using a solar panel which is hidden behind the blind, and that means it's a self-sufficient product that doesn't need any hard wiring or electrical engineer to install the product. So lots of options there as well. But as I also mentioned earlier, we have over 10 different mechanisms that we can supply depending on space, depending on the circumstances of the ship, because every single ship is different, and we understand that. Again, like our solar screens, this product comes with a 7-year warranty, and the warranty covers the damage to the mechanism itself. So if the mechanism fails within that time, we will replace it. If the fabric is damaged through mishandling or misuse, then that unfortunately doesn't come under the warranty. But it's a very robust product, and once it's installed, if it's looked after and it's cared for by the passengers and the crew, then it will last for a very long time. The fabrics are all IMO flame tested as well, so we don't just put any type of fabric on there. It has to comply with European and British flame retardancy regulations, so everything complies, and the fabric is fit for purpose on board any marine environment. Don't be confused this product with a blackout blind. A blackout blind is a blind that blocks out all light through the fabric. This fabric has an element of transparency to it, so it does allow some light into the room. If somebody's standing from a distance and looking through the blind when it's closed, then they won't see much behind the blind, only shadows. So it is deemed as a privacy blind, even though if you were to go very close up to the material, you could probably see through into the room. So not ideal for cabins or where you want to have privacy on board the cabins if there's a balcony or a public walkway outside of the cabin, but perfect for restaurants, pubs, on board, crew areas, or any public space, because you want to allow light into the room. You do not want these areas to be pitch black if the sun's at its highest. So it blocks out all the glare. That's one of the main benefits, but it lets lots of light into the room. And it's just an absolutely great product in terms of its performance. So if it's a really hot day, you still want to be seen outside. If you're on board a ship, you don't want to be claustrophobic and have all the light blocked out. So in a restaurant, even with this blind closed, if you're sat at a table having some lunch, then you'll still be able to see the outside clearly. Not as well as a solar screen, which is a transparent window film, but still, it still allows you to see out and see the objects of the sea or coming into port. On board a ship, particularly a cruise line or a ferry, you have a multitude of windows. And if them windows don't have any kind of blinds or window coverings on there, the heat coming through from the glass itself, it radiates into the interior and it makes the space very, very warm. Now, the thing that comes with that is, especially if the ship's operating, 24/7, is that air conditioning costs are going to be extremely high. You have to have the air conditioner on at the max just to keep it cool for the passengers. Now, the beauty of this product is when it's installed, it means that when you're traveling through really hot climates, you can have the blind down, and it keeps the heat and the glare out, which is fantastic because it means that the interior space is cooler without having to have the air conditioning on to the max. Don't get me wrong, you might still have to have the air conditioning on, but you can lower it a lot more, ultimately over time saving a lot of money. So this product just really does help to keep out the glare, and it keeps the interior space nice and cool, and it makes the experience a lot better for anybody that's traveling. If anybody's been in a standard building or a greenhouse, you can appreciate how hot it can get. And when you're at sea, you've got windows at every side of the vessel. So it's important to have shading on board ships to make the experience, not only for passengers, but crew that are working on board these ships for a long period of time, comfortable. And yeah, it's an absolute great product that we're very proud of. Thanks for tuning in to our product deep dive. And if you want to find out more, you can visit our website, www.solarglide.com, or you can contact us on email at theteam@solarglide.com, or you can find us on any of the social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.